Well, we are entering the sixth consecutive day of a major strike here in France against controversial pension reforms, and commuters are bracing yet again for another day of transport chaos. More than 10 metro lines are not running here in Paris. Other train lines are only offering a limited service during rush hour. I don't know if you can see behind me, but people are standing in line waiting to catch a bus. We have also seen 300 kilometers of traffic jams all around the capital. And we've heard from a taxi driver, for example, who said that he was not willing to take people outside of the city center because of the extensive traffic jams. We've also heard from a construction worker this morning who left his house at 4 a.m. and still he has not been able to get to work. So really, patience among commuters is wearing thin. Many people wondering if they will be able to survive another week of strikes, another week of transport chaos. Some are sharing, for example, videos on social media, videos showing, in certain cases, scenes of panic with commuters even really fighting each other in order to get on an overcrowded train and an overcrowded bus. So really, so far, no signs of improvement as the union of transport workers has announced that the strike will continue, will be extended until at least Thursday.
Valerie, to add to all of the chaos today, there's a mass protest planned for about 1:30 p.m. French time. What more do we know about that?
Right. After more than 800,000 people gathered across the country last Thursday, unions have called for a new day of nationwide demonstrations in order to protest against this controversial plan of pension reforms. And so gatherings will be held across the country, but also here in the French capital. Teachers will take part in this protest. They fear that their pensions will also be affected by the reform, despite efforts made by the government to appease their fears. Medical students will also join the protest. They have announced an unlimited strike starting from today in order to denounce, the lack of resources. And so all of this comes a day before the Prime Minister, Edouard Philippe, is set to make some announcements on this controversial pension reform plan. And so far, we don't really have a lot of details on what's included in this reform, and yet it has angered so many people. What we do know, however, is that it seeks to introduce a single point-based system for pensions and unifying, the existing 42 plans. This is very unique to France, but for example, transport workers, they fall within a very specific plan, and that gives them certain benefits. Well, they fear that some of those benefits, they will disappear if this pension reform is approved. But beyond just people trying to protect their personal benefits, it's much more than that. A lot of people here in France are supportive of the demands of the strikers because people here in France are quite proud of their welfare system. And so there's a belief that if, there's this pension reform, well, it's the beginning of a major dismantlement of all the benefits that they have and this system that they cherish so much.